When you were growing up in Lyndhurst, did you have any dreams that you'd ever have an essential Eric Carmen album?
I actually didn't. I hoped that I would have one hit record, you know. I had lofty musical goals, but I didn't, if someone had said, you're going to be around 45 years later, I would have said, wow.
That's an interview with Eric Carmen at his Gates Mills home from 2014. The Cleveland-born and raised rock star died over the weekend at the age of 74.
Our Monica Robbins caught up with two of his bandmates to reflect on his life and legacy.
He was born and raised in the city that coined rock and roll, a musical genius who took inspiration from classical music and weaved it into iconic pop rock songs.
Don't ever let me go. Oh, no.
In spite of all of Eric's tremendous success as a solo, I said his sweet spot is the Raspberries.
Jim Bonfani and Eric Carmen formed the Raspberries, known for a clean-cut image and catchy tunes. Carmen, a perfectionist, brought bandmates to his level.
He was a musical guy, and he was so good at it. I mean, just being around that for all those years brought me to a new level.
George Sipple agrees.
He didn't give a hoot about, what other people thought. He was going to do what he thought was right. And I mean, let's face facts. All by myself was really a risk, at that time.
In his new book, Sipple detailed the 3 years he spent touring in the Eric Carmen Band.
Just one of the greatest pop writers of our time. Everything that he touched just became, in my opinion, a hit song.
Both fondly remember the musician and the man.
There was a duplicity about Mr. Carmen. He'd go on stage and he'd be a rock star. But then afterwards, we would head back to the hotel, and the playing cards would come out, and suddenly he's a regular mensch, I mean, he just became one of the boys.
A decade ago, Carmen met and married former 3 News meteorologist Amy Haston.
He's as happy as he could possibly be. And that's kind of how I remember him.
Amy Carmen posted the loss on Eric's webpage, condolences pouring in from around the world. Carmen's musical legacy still reaching new generations, but those who knew him will remember a friend.
I think he'd want to be remembered as a good guy. Yes, a musical genius, an amazing musician. He was a good friend, but he was a good person.
Monica Robbins, 3 News.
And we're certainly thinking about Amy.
Yeah, definitely.
And his family.
Definitely.